Gauteng's Social Development Department has identified baby M's father as the man believed to have raped her when she was just 2 months old. They want him to face charges. Baby M's mother was convicted of aiding and abetting her rapist after she refused to admit that the infant had been raped, claiming she had been injured after falling. eNCA's Michael Appel is working that story for Newsday. Michael, before we get to the latest developments, just contextualize this for me again. If I recall, this was the most awful case with aspersions being cast far and wide.
Yeah, that's right, Jeremy. A 2-month-old toddler raped in November 2016. It's a story that really shocked South Africa, and the mother was sentenced in mid-April to life behind bars. That's an effective 25-year sentence for abetting the rape of her child and defeating the ends of justice, and as you said, proclaiming that no rape ever took place. Now, there were, of course, the father was considered to be a suspect at the time, but the National Prosecuting Authority declining to prosecute at the time because they said that the seminal fluid that was found on the toddler's nappies, a conclusive DNA profile could not be made from that seminal fluid. So you have the Department of Social Development here today, the MEC Nandi Mayatula Khoza today calling this press conference in the wake of the sentencing of Sandile Manswe, who killed Karabo Mokoena, and he got 32 years behind bars, and they felt that now was the right time to call a press conference to say that they are seeking further justice for baby M. That's the name that was given to the child, and with the mother behind bars, they say that they have approached the court to make representations to the court about the role of the father in relation to the injuries that the baby suffered. That is halfway through the statement. Then there is this revelation a little bit lower down where they speak about the department was shocked at the news of baby M's alleged rape by her father. The MEC and the Social Development Department naming the father as the alleged rapist here. So in a sense, and it was picked up by my media colleagues there, that the NPA hasn't said that they are pressing charges against the father, as they have stuck by that they haven't been able to get that DNA comparison, so they are not prosecuting. But the Social Development Department has now named the father as the alleged rapist. And Jeremy, there are all sorts of consequences legally for that Social Development Department now.
What has led the MEC or the Social Development Department then, Michael, to be so confident in its utterances?
I'm not sure if this was a poorly drafted statement, but they reiterated their sentiment there that they want justice and that they want the father to face the same charges, abetting the rape of baby M and defeating the ends of justice. Now that I can understand, but they went one step further and they named him as the alleged rapist, and they said that they want the National Prosecuting Authority to now pursue those charges. But many people will say you're putting the cart way in front of the horse here. So that was a problem that we picked up at this press briefing. That was called as well to announce that there's going to be, on the 12th of May, there's going to be a memorial lecture in honor of Karabo Mokoena. And Karabo Mokwena's uncle, Tsepo Mokoena, was there, and he used the media and the platform to give out a statement to the media there, asking that in light of all of the gender-based violence and the acts of violence, including that of his niece, and instances of baby M like this, that fathers need to speak to their sons and that there needs to be a better relationship between parents and their children in South Africa. He used the platform to echo that sentiment, and he also used that opportunity to say that there will be this memorial lecture where several government departments will be involved to honor and to also get the message out there that South Africa does not want to be the capital of femicide in the world.
So do we know then how this is all going to proceed, given the reticence, as you've pointed out, from the National Prosecuting Authority?
No, I'm waiting on the National Prosecuting Authority apparently they're going to be issuing a statement today, as I think this is something that would have taken them by surprise. As the National Prosecuting Authority, you would think would be the body to come out and say that they've named the father as the alleged rapist in this and that he's going to be facing charges. That hasn't been forthcoming. So I'm waiting on the National Prosecuting Authority to see if they're going to be issuing some sort of communication today in response to what the Social Development Department has said.
And where does the father fit into this equation then?
Well, the father wasn't a suspect initially, and the MPA declined to prosecute. So the father remains in Soweto at his house, a couple of blocks away from where the baby was raped. The baby was brought back from Mozambique. There are a lot of questions around government departments and if there was a dereliction of duty here, who did not do their job, as the baby, after it came out of hospital, slipped across the border with no documentation at all, no birth certificate, nothing. And the Social Development Department trumpeting quite loudly that they have successfully brought the child back from Mozambique and have placed the child in a place of safety now. But that just opens up a whole can of worms as to how a baby got across the border with absolutely no documentation at all.